Hi everyone, welcome to the Friday Leadership Training. I'm Dr. Mrinalini Garg. I am a leadership coach for Indian women. I help them speak up, use their voice to establish a commanding executive presence and network their way to success. Today, I really want to remind you that you are more powerful than you know. Just because you do not fit into the conventional leadership styles does not mean that you are not a leader. The challenge is that you probably don't realize that you are already a leader. You know it in your heart that you are, but it's not visible to people. So if it's not visible to you, it's unfair to expect others will know as well. When women come to me, the most common thing they tell me is that, Mrinalini, I work on these projects. I have a big portfolio of projects. I work with cross functional teams. I have to roll my sleeves up sometimes when, a team member drops the ball. I learn things on the go. If I don't have the knowledge, if I don't have the expertise, I make things happen. I communicate with other departments, other peers, other leaders to get them on the same page, to make sure that I get everything that I need to do my work and they bring the project to fruition. If you are telling me that you are a leader, you are a leader if you're doing all of it. But just because you don't have the title, you don't have the authority, you feel that you're not a leader. And guess what? Being a leader without authority and making these things happen is harder than being a leader, having that title, having that authority. Just yesterday, I was having a conversation with my client on our coaching session, and this is what we talked about. When you think about people in the C-suite, they actually speak like us. If you haven't noticed that, notice it this time. They are thoughtful, they choose their words carefully, measure them, and then speak. You don't see people in the C-suite going, rah rah, let's do this, let's do that. Very rarely. They will do it on special occasions, only when if you're introducing a new product or there's a merger or when big things are happening. That's when they go, rah, rah, yeah, let's get everyone on board. But the rest of the time, they are very thoughtful. They listen before they respond. They make sure that they are saying the right thing. Isn't that exactly what you do? That you take your time to figure out what you need to say. Now, the only difference between the leaders and you right now is that confidence. They are thinking about the right word, not because they're afraid of being judged or being embarrassed, but they are thinking about the right word so that they land correctly and the audience get it. And they make sure that they are conveying the idea or opinion or thought in a process that people will get on board. But what happens with us is because of that lack of confidence, we are taking the time to think about the words that come out of our mouth, but we are not thinking about how to make sure this lands well, we think about, oh my God, what if they judge me for my idea being completely wrong because I don't have enough data? What if I say words incorrectly? What if my accent sounds weird? So we live in our heads wondering what will happen. We have that fear of embarrassment. We feel shame because we have an accent, because English is not our first language. But English is our second language, so there's no need to be ashamed of that. It basically tells you that you know more than one language. So, the most important thing that you need to know is that, when people talk about confidence, when they talk about charisma, they are not talking about using heavy, very difficult English words. It's about standing your ground. It's about sticking by your idea. It's being able to push back if somebody tries to pull you down or undermine you. If somebody tries to steal your idea, somebody tries to get the credit for the work that you have done. But nobody is going in the meetings and really just going rah rah about this and that and whatnot. And that is many times a lot of Indian women think that that is what is holding them back because they are not able to do that. But just ask yourself, you have the technical knowledge, you know the problem at hand, you know the solution. With the English that you have, with the vocabulary you have worked in a new country, a dominantly English speaking country. You have worked for years and you have gotten work done. So you are not less. It's just that what you're missing is the way to project yourself as a leader. So let me give you an example. So let's say you are working on a project and there are issues after issues after issues, and you have to put out many fires. The issues could be there's duplicate data, or there's wrong data, there are broken systems and processes, a team member is on leave, or somebody got sick, or you have team members but they don't have the knowledge that is needed to complete that project. You have someone in another department who are not on the same page as you, and they are resisting, they're not giving you the information that you need. So in the background, you're dealing with all these things. You are actually, you know, jumping through fire, to make things happen. But when you have your one on one with your boss, what do you talk about? You talk about you're green here, you're red here, you're yellow here. These are the things that need to be done. And then you leave. I know a lot of you are very uncomfortable having those one on one meetings with your boss, but this is the best platform for you to project your leadership, to really talk about your accomplishments, all the things that you had to go through to create that beautiful deliverable, whether it's that report, whether it's that data, whether it's that presentation. So your boss is unaware of what all is going in the background. And if you don't tell your boss this is what you have been doing, how will the boss know that you've been moving mountains to get here? Another thing that a lot of Indian professionals tend to do is that they solve problems way above their pay grade. So the problems that your boss should be solving, you are solving them. And this is the cause of frustration, because you are taking on more than you should be working on. You are solving those problems silently behind the scenes. You are staying up late at night, you're working on weekends, you're even checking your emails when you are on vacation. You're available on standby. You're doing all these things, but then you're not getting the recognition that you deserve. So when you do this, you feel that you have done a lot, and you have accomplished a lot. But the only thing the boss can see is the final deliverable. So when it comes to speaking up, it is not about bragging. It is about really telling everything that you have done to your boss to get that final deliverable. Speaking up is also asking for help, so the boss can help you remove the obstacles that come along the way. It is not your job to solve problems at their level. This is the reason you feel that you are operating at a much higher level, but then taking a paycheck much lesser than what you deserve. So, the solution is, first of all, to really internalize that you are operating as a leader. Do you think somebody who does not have leadership qualities would be able to work with multiple different departments, understand the big picture? How many times have you felt like you truly see the big picture and others are just focused on the nuts and bolts? I'm pretty sure you have felt it more than once. So you are a visionary, you can see the big picture, but you're just afraid to admit to yourself that you are showing up as a leader. And it's just unfair if you're expecting that your boss will notice all of that. If you're not feeling it, you're not sending out those vibes of confidence and leadership. All your boss can see is that you are you are a workhorse, overqualified for that matter. This is the reason why speaking up is very important. Writing down your accomplishment, writing down the challenges that you went through and how you overcame while working on that project, and bringing these things in your one-on-one conversations with your boss so that they can actually see all that you have been doing. And because you're not communicating these things to your boss, when you meet them at the annual review, that's the feedback you get. You need to work on your leadership skills and your communication skills. And now that you know what it is, it just does not make sense because you're already doing it, all the things that he is asking you to do, he or she. So here's a visual for you, and this is, I'm no artist at any, um, I'm not an artist at all, but at one of the, I decided to take some art lessons, and this was an idea because I was working on my healing, and I felt like, on the inside I feel strong like a tiger because I have overcome so many challenges in my personal life, in my professional lives, and you have done it too. And you can only do it, if you have that power within you. So I want to remind you that you are powerful. So, but you show up like a sheep, and that's what the boss sees when when they see you. So you show up like a sheep, but inside, you know, you are a tiger. So, how about change that and you show what you truly are? Share with your boss the amazing things you're able to accomplish at work and stop being a sheep and expect your boss to make you the leader and validate you. Leaders are not made, leadership is assumed. So assume that leadership. Don't wait for your boss to clap for you. Don't wait for the leaders to clap for you. This is the reason why I teach my clients that you make connections throughout the company to make yourself known, who you are, what you are capable of, what your interests are, your accomplishments, so that when an opportunity comes up, they are gonna think about you. But if you just put your head down and you keep working, that change will never happen in your career and you will get frustrated, you will become resentful, and then you will get another job. And then the cycle continues. So, if you want to break out of that cycle and own your leadership, make those connections, make yourself known. Stop being seen as a workhorse, stop being seen as a sheep. Then let's connect because I want to work with you. It's unacceptable that you are so talented and so brilliant and yet you are being stuck at work. It's just unacceptable. So if you want to change that, if you want to break that cycle of being seen as an overqualified workhorse and want to be seen as a leader and really climb the corporate ladder, climb the leadership ranks, then let's talk, schedule a call with me. We will do a leadership audit. So if you went to www.unshackledcareer.com/audit, we will hop on a call and we'll look at the leadership gap. And if I'm certain, 100% certain, that I can bridge that gap, then we will get you in our Unshackled Career Woman program and we will transform your leadership so that you are never exploited again at work or in life, and get the respect that you deserve and get ahead in your career as you rightly deserve. The link again is www.unshackledcareerwoman.com/audit. Until next time, take care.